Live from Brooklyn, New York, this is Stay Busy with Armon Sadler. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Stay Busy with Armon Sadler, where we have responsible discussions on the music business and the music culture. We are here for another edition of Busy Sessions, and this one is real special, so we're going to let you know about that in a few. But first, of course, it's the boy Armon Sadler, vegan chorizo poppy, founder of Bald Nigga Ballers. I got my hoochie daddy shorts back on. It's a little hot out, so I had to bring them out. I know last busy session I brought the Adidas thought pants back, although I'm not a thought baby. I love you, but it's just while the warm weather is still here, I'm gonna give y'all calves. I'm gonna give y'all a little thigh. This is a very special edition of Busy Sessions for us. A milestone for Stay Busy as we are welcoming our very first Afrobeats performer. Thus, today you can refer to us as Afro Busy. Here today with us is the Owerri gangster, the bridge, Mr. I'm expensive, put a price tag on me. It's impressive that you think you can afford me. The Nigerian born and Massachusetts raised super talent. Now his goal is to make his fellow natives that also reside in the United States feel a taste of home, blending Igbo and Pidgin English. He's got smooth lyrics that make the fellas feel confident, the ladies swoon, and everybody dance in conjunction with his R&B melodies and pop synths as succulent as jollof rice. He got his start singing in the choir as a kid before realizing that he had something special. Along his journey, he's played the roles of DJ and A&R before stepping into his true calling with the help of a sit-down conversation with his father. Now, in 2019, he released his first single, Superwoman, and followed up with Nike's. His debut self-titled EP came out in 2019. Then we got Jiggy Boy in July 2021, and most recently, Nwa Owerri, almost a year to the day that Jiggy Boy released. You may know him for songs like Fancy, Joppa, and RZA, but I promise once you play his EPs, you'll have some trouble deciding your favorite songs. Represented by our Stay Busy alumni, good brothers of Active Entertainment Group, Sheun and Kwa. Welcome to the Busyverse, Uche Malik.
Gangway.
How you feeling, man?
Man, I feel great. I feel relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, running on 2 hours of sleep.
Long drive from Boston, right?
Yeah. But honestly, I just feel happy to be here.
Good. We're happy to have you again. This is a big milestone for us. We had a really great Afrobeats conversation with you guys at Active Entertainment Group. A very active conversation, one could say. It's exciting to talk to you, an artist, and kind of get your perspective on things. But before that, let's take it to the beginning. So tell me, what it was like, growing up, your household, what kind of music was playing, and also if you're the first person in your family to kind of forge a musical path, or if music was kind of other people in your family have worked in music before.
So in terms of like my family music, it's interesting. I think as I grew older, I realized it was a lot of musically inclined people in my family. I didn't know, but I kind of had a feeling. Like we have DJs, we have other artists, we have radio hosts, X, Y, and Z. So it was just interesting to like, as I'm growing as an artist, is to realize like, oh, you do music? I didn't know. But growing up in my house, my dad loved music. Like I listened to classics. Like I listened to house music, funk, pop, R&B, rap. It was crazy. Like I think the first song that I remember generally is London Beat. It's a very old house music song. And then Robin S. Show Me Love.
Oh, classic.
Then Gypsy Woman. Oh my God. Like listening to house music definitely made me fall in love. But then obviously like I'm Nigerian. I heard these classic sounds from like One Day Cole, Wizkid obviously, and then Duncan Mighty, VIP. Those are from Ghana, but like I listen to music all over the place. So I think just growing up and hearing all these different sounds and all these different flavors made me really, really love what I do.
Mm-hmm. And I know you sang in the choir when you were young. That's something I did too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like, for me, it was something that like, oh, you're going to church, you're going to be an usher, you're going to be in the choir, stuff like that. But I don't know how my parents would have felt if I was young and was like, oh, I want to be an artist. So like in singing in the choir and kind of developing that love for music, did you know when you were young, like I want to be an artist, or is it something that you kind of found later on?
I think when I was young, I felt like it was a chore.
Mm.
Cause like it was one of those things like you had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely remember certain Sundays where I wasn't even singing, I was lip singing. But then I know when I joined like school chorus, and like it wasn't even like I wanted to join. It was just because like one of my friends said, "I bet you I could join and make it before you." I was like, "Nah, bro, I could actually sing." He's like, "Nah. How much you want to bet?" I don't know how much we bet it, but like I said, "Okay, let's do it." And then when we did it, I made it. And he didn't, obviously. But that's when it gave me that like, okay, maybe I actually, can sing. So from there, it just started to like, grow.
And you were born in?
I was born here.
Born here, okay.
Yeah.
And then you always lived in Massachusetts?
No, I lived in Nigeria and then came back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Well, what was that experience like?
How do I explain it? It was one of those experiences that I needed it to help me shape the person I am today. Definitely was. Like, it's definitely entirely different from America. But I can also say that's the reason why I love being in the village. I'm a village boy. Very much village boy. I think that is very humbling to me because it just makes you remember, the roots.
Yeah, 100%. And I know that you DJ'd and A&R at first. Is that something that you looked at as kind of the stepping stone to pursuing your artistry, or was there a time where you were like, yo, I'm gonna just be a DJ and cook with this, or I'm gonna be an A&R and cook with this?
I think it's a mixture of both. So like the reason why I even started DJing, one of my good friends, he was a DJ, and every time there was like a family cookout or a community cookout, he'd be the one DJing, so I'm always right there. And one of those days was just like, I feel like if you play this song, it'll get everybody lit. And then from there, it was like, you know what, that's a great, like, you ever thought about DJing? I was like, yeah, I could do it. He gave me his one of his old DJ boards, and then from there, I literally like downloaded Virtual DJ and just started messing around at home. And from Virtual DJ, I got Serato. But then like it didn't last long because I realized that I don't always want to be the guy behind the tables. Yeah, I want to be in the crowd, or I want to be the one enjoying the music, not the one kind of putting it together.
And I know it was a conversation with your father that made you like all right, I'm gonna really pursue this artistry. Did you always feel like that support was there? I know me personally, having a Haitian mom, and the generation that our parents grew up in, it's like, get a real job, doctor, lawyer, stuff like that. And so, me pursuing music journalism, I kind of felt like I had to prove to them that I was as good as I am with it, and it's something that I could make a career out of. And now they support it fully. Do you feel like that support was always there, or you had to prove yourself as well?
Again, it's a mixture of both. Like, I was shocked. So I think during that time, like, I was always surrounded by artists. Like, some of my closest friends were all artists. So for me, it was just me messing around. Like, I would freestyle or sing. No, I loved music. And then I was in Nigeria, I think my uncle's house, and there was like a family meeting. And then my dad was just like, Uche, you know that like I hear you singing every single day. Why can't you just go and be like your friends and go and make music? Like, it's not like you're ugly. It's not like you don't have a nice voice. I said, and I was just shocked. Because again, it's that stigma that Nigerian parents don't want you to do, extracurricular things. They want you to be that doctor, that lawyer, that engineer. So just hearing that from my dad was crazy. And then to add on to it, my mom started to say like, oh yeah, your dad is right. Then my auntie and uncle was like, yeah, we know some people, like, we can't put you on the camera, like, you're very, let's do it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was extremely shocked. And this is like the pivotal moment where, like, again, some of my closest friends were really transitioning into like this Afro sound. So I'm just like, I took it as a sign from God. It's like, damn, okay, my friends are doing it. My parents are now having a family meeting about me doing it. It's like, what's stopping me? So I said, all right, cool. So I took that leap of faith.
Yeah, everything started to align. Now, the journey to your first track, Superwoman. Well, when did you actually first start recording? And well, honestly, what was it like stepping into the booth? Because I've played around with like recording raps before, and being in the booth is like nerve wracking to an extent. Like like people think it's easy. It's really not easy. Just get in there and like do something good, and then do something good that you think is good and that other people are good. So that journey towards your first track, what was that experience like?
So the first track I ever recorded was actually Follow the Leader. It was a collaboration track.
Okay.
And the first time I stepped onto the mic, it felt very comfortable.
Mm.
I was nervous, but like I wasn't scared.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe because as an A&R, I was always in the studio with artists, just watching how they do or giving these, few tips. But once I got behind the mic, it felt very much natural.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it was scary because I will never forget it. We had this studio filled with my like closest friends.
Mm-hmm.
I recorded my verse, took the microphone off, I turned around. Everybody's like, "What the hell?" like you record yourself? I was like, "Nah, I mean, I just be in my like at the time I was at school. I was like, I just be in my dorm just recording myself, but like I never really been in the studio.
Yeah,
and I think that was one of those moments where it's like, all right, cool, this is natural. This feels good. This feels
yeah.
Yeah.
And I listened to your tracks, and just speaking to you, you're obviously a very confident guy, a very competitive guy, and we've got a full room here. The crew is here. How important is that validation from the people closest to you? I know a lot of artists, some artists just do everything themselves, and they don't really get any feedback. They just give it to the world. And other artists really crave that approval from the people around them before they give something to the world. How do you kind of balance your personal approval of what you have and the validation of the people around you?
I think I want to get validation, but if I don't, I'm gonna make sure you like understand how I feel. So like again, going back to the very first track I made, it's a funny story, but like I sent it to some of my friends, and they were like, "This is when I recorded it off like my computer by myself." They were like, "Yo, this is trash," and that shit like made me so tight. I was like, "I'm gonna make sure y'all understand like this is not trash." And then like again, as soon as I went to the studio and recorded it, everybody's like, "Yo."
Made them believers.
Yeah. So it's one of those things like I do love that validation, but I take it as like I really take that like criticism to, all right, I'm gonna make sure I polish it so that you guys can never say anything bad about it. So I think that's that competitiveness in me.
Yeah. And the journey towards your self-titled EP in 2019. How do you feel like from there to Jiggy Boy to Nwa Owerri, like how have you grown as an artist?
The growth is crazy. In fact, it's scary. Looking back at it, I would have never imagined myself being in this position. I feel like I get better with every single song I make. My efficiency rate is literally 100%. But looking back at that first EP, it's cool. To me, it's cool. To me, it's cool. It's whatever.
It's cool, like looking back, or like I'm sure when you put it out, you was like, nah, this is
no. When I put it out, it was the best project that ever came out that year.
Yeah.
Well, like looking back at it now, I'm like, okay, it was needed, but it's cool.
First step. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what's the reception been like from the people with your most recent project, Nwa Owerri? Sorry, I'm a mess up pronunciation. I'm getting better, guy. I'm getting better, yeah. But what's the reception been like to that?
Honestly, it's been humbling. Like, I knew I was like that, but when you just getting this random love every single day, it's extremely humbling.
Yeah.
Like I've gone out to like events every single weekend. That's crazy. I don't be outside. but like I've gone out.
It's all good, bro. You can be honest here.
Nah, don't go outside, dude. But it's gotten to a point where it's like, yo, I have people coming up to me on some like, yo, you're Uche Malik. Oh my God, bro, I love your music. Like that Reza track. Oh my God, that gangsta. Wow. Like, and it's just like, damn. I think what it is like I know people listen to my music, but when you really put a face to your listener, it's just like, damn, like, y'all really love my music. So it's been extremely humbling. It's been telling me that I've been doing something right.
Yeah.
Very much.
And you're coming up in a really major time for the genre as a whole. I mean, I know for me personally, I've probably heard Afrobeats my whole life and just wasn't aware of it. But I think like 2016 was really when like the world got got a lot more familiar with it. You know,
Yeah.
WizKid being on One Dance and Can I Get Your Number? That joint
Yeah.
and all those
Yeah.
and then obviously the rise of Burna Boy and WizKid and Rema and Omale and all them. And there's really this renaissance in the genre, and it's taking over, and it's really undeniable at this point. So what's it feel to see the heights that you can reach, you know, doing what you do?
I feel proud. I feel proud that the fact that like something I'm doing is now a trailblazer.
Mm-hmm.
I feel proud that some of the top people in the industry right now is from the same country as me, same tribe as me. We share the same ancestry. And it's like, all right, cool. Like I said, I feel very much in the right place. I feel like I'm doing something extremely right. And I'm very confident that I could be at the same level. I mean, I think I am at the same level. I know I am. I don't even want to say I think. I know I am. So it's like, yeah, it feels extremely good.
And it's becoming a very competitive space because a lot of American artists feel like they got to keep an Afrobeats track in the tuck. So, you know, they'll collaborate with Davido or WizKid, or they'll just do it themselves. And some of them, you know, they might not do it the best, but because they have these large platforms, you know, their attempts at the genre become a lot more visible. But then you have, you know, the homegrown talent who do it the best that we know that they're inspired by. And we were talking off camera before the interview about, you know, like Justin Bieber getting on the WizKid Thames Essence remix, or Selena Gomez jumped on the Calm Down remix with Rema. And I know a lot of people who are from, you know, who grew up within Afrobeats are like, oh, we don't like when these people jump on it. They're selling out. But then from a business standpoint, it's like you do a track of Bieber, the whole world is going to be aware of it. You get Selena on a track, the whole world is aware of it. So how do you feel about, you know, artists within your genre, homegrown talent, collaborating with these American, Canadian artists and, you know, getting that large platform, but maybe some people seeing it as them watering down the quality?
I don't think it's watering it down. I think, obviously we have our like mixed feelings about it. I definitely have mixed feelings about it, but at the end of the day, I feel like it's very much needed to grow, to get our music out there. Like so let's talk about Essence. Because that Justin Bieber feature, it hit charts.
Yep.
And it got even more exposed. Even though the original was already doing its own thing.
It was cooking. It was Song of the Summer last year.
It was an extra boost that it needed.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to it. Obviously, again, like I feel like there's certain songs that may not need it, but it's like I understand. I very much understand, and I'm not mad at it at all.
How'd you feel about Chris Brown jumping on the Mona Lisa remix?
At first, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it was needed, but it took me like a couple of listens to be like, okay, I see it, I like it.
I feel like he did a good job of like molding himself to it. Like Chris Brown is so versatile. Like, I felt like that was one of the best attempts for an American artist, kind of stepping into that arena. I want to talk about you. My favorite song of yours is Nke Chinyere. I'm sorry. Did I pronounce that right?
It's Nke Chinyere.
Nke Chinyere. And there's a bar in there. Oluwa gave me the vision. Shout out to my guy Kwan Sheun. How did you connect with Active Entertainment Group, and what's that relationship been like for you?
It's been amazing, man. I've definitely, like, I think with this past year, I've definitely seen or reached different heights. It's funny. I known Oluwa for like, I don't even know. It's a 10 plus thing, 10 plus years. But he definitely helped me out with my second project, Jiggy Boy. So when that was like literally, it went viral. It blew up. Like it was shocking to the point where like I know he was just passing it to everybody. And then that's when Sean, he was like, yo, who is this Uche kid? And then from there, literally, I think I remember he just DM'd me. He's like, yo, I really love your music. I said, word. Thank you. That means a lot. And then from there, we just connected. And then, boom.
Again, you being such a very confident, competitive dude, you talk your shit in these songs, like in your interviews, just generally, and like, you know, I that's something that I resonate with. I'm a pretty confident dude, but I also know that I have my fears and my insecurities, and going to therapy has helped me to uncover those. So, what are some of your fears or some areas that you feel like you could improve, either as an artist or even as a person?
As an artist, I always think I can improve my pen. It's funny. I think some of my people, they tell me I have like I'm one of the best songwriters they've seen, and I don't believe it. I don't know. I think it's like a mental thing because I think there was a time period when I think creating Jiggy Boy, I had to really sit down and like ask myself like, how can I improve myself as an artist? Because I always felt I lacked it in my penmanship, but I guess now it's crazy. Like at this point I can say it's crazy, but I can always improve it. Always improve it. I think vocally speaking, I can always get better. I think in every aspect as an artist, I can always get better. But then with personal life, it's funny. You say I'm a very confident guy. I am confident, but it took time to get there.
Yeah, of course.
It took a lot of time to get there. So it's just me kind of just remembering that self-confidence, that self-love, that I am that person. So I wouldn't say it's an insecurity, but it's one of those things that like I definitely do struggle with. And right now, like I'm definitely winning, but I've always had those times where I'm just really at my lowest.
Yeah, I think a lot of us men, we might not know it or admit it, but our egos or our confidence are kind of us overcompensating for the things we see in ourselves. We're like, damn, like I don't like that, or I want to improve that. So it hits different when you genuinely believe in yourself and feel confident in yourself, and you're not just saying something to make yourself believe it, but you actually believe it. So I definitely resonate with that. Your projects so far, you know, they've been EPs, they've been, you know, 6 songs, 5 songs. Do you see yourself ever doing like a longer project? Like, is there plans for an album?
Yeah, yeah, it's in the tuck right now. But yeah, for sure. I can't even put a date on it, but I could tell you right now, like my heart's telling me an album is coming. So, album coming soon.
And how I know you collaborated on your self-titled and on Jiggy Boy, and then Nwa Owerri was all you. And I know we got a bunch of different artists in the room that you you know, enjoy and mess with. Like how do you approach choosing who you collaborate with, and just like, you know, how it goes, and what have those experiences been like?
In terms of collaboration, like how I make my music, I'm very genuine with it. I don't like things to be forced. I think we were talking about that off camera. Like I make sure it's like a pivotal thing that whatever I do, it's very natural. It sounds good. It should be what it should be. I don't like to force stuff. So a lot of the collaborations was literally just like, yo, I think so. Like my first project, it was Rotate. That was the only collab on there. Literally, I made the song, and as soon as it was like, you know what, I hear somebody on this. Let me hit up Uche Boy. Cool. He killed it. I said, all right, perfect. That's what it's needed. Then I think Jiggy Boy, same situation. It's like I wrote the song, but let's say the other person was in that room where I just like I hear it. I hear this person on this beat. I hear this person on this song. And then I send it to them. If it comes out beautifully, like genuinely speaking, like if they genuinely like mess with the track, you can tell. If it's a forced thing, I don't. You won't see any forced collaborations out right now. Essentially,
I feel that. One thing I really enjoy is your kind of different take and almost reclamation of the word gangsta. You know, you said gangsta is a level of confidence that you have doing what you want, not letting anyone dictate it. You know, I think when we were young, you hear the word gangsta and you think about rappers, or, you know, back in the day, the mob guys with the hats and the suits and, you know, with the guns and all that. And it kind of took on an illegal or almost negative connotation. But you know what I'm saying? You said in the interview I watched, like, I get my nails done, I pamper myself, and like, I'm not afraid to do that. Fellas, it's okay to get your nails done and pamper yourself. It does not,
self-care.
It does not make you any less of a man. Like, you don't want dirty fingernails. Like, women pay attention to that. Women pay attention to that. But
Trust.
like when did you really kind of reach that point with the word where you're like, I'm gonna give it like the Uche Malik spin on it?
I think early 2021 when I recorded like Gangsta Rhythm. Like I was in a bag where it was like I was very confident, and gangster just came into the word. Like personally, I like gangsters. Like those old movies with gangsters, I loved it. I feel like the reason why I love this is because like though they could do whatever the fuck they wanted. Obviously, it was just bad thing, but you know they're able to do anything and everything they wanted. And I took it to a point where it's like, yo, I think that's gangster, that you can be in your own wave and nobody can tell you what to do. I think it's gangster that you can say, you know what, I'm gonna do this today, and people have to accept it.
Mhm.
I think it's gangster that you won't even allow people to come and just ruin your day. Like it's gangster.
Yeah.
And that's like the epitome of like this new phase of Uche Malik. So I take Jiggy Boy, like that project, as a self-care project. Nwa Owerri was the project that's like, all right, cool. Uche knows who the hell he is. Let me tell you what I am. I'm a gangster. Literally.
I rock with that. I know you've had some very traumatic experiences in your life, you know, being robbed and losing the EP and then the car explosion. That was crazy to hear. And, you know, you made it out safely. And I know you're very God-fearing and God-respecting in your music as well, which I appreciate. Like, well, what do you feel like those experiences have kind of, you know, taught you? And, like, how do you approach life after, you know, just dealing with some crazy shit?
It makes me appreciate life more. And it makes me understand the steps that God makes me take. So like that car accident was probably like the scariest moment of my life. 2019, I was on the highway with my little brother and sister, and the brake gave out. And like I remember I woke up, car was like on fire, and the first thing I did was get my little brother and sister out the car. And then from there, it was just like, oh shit, what do I do? But somehow, some way, I was able to climb out the car exploded. And once that happened, I like realized like, oh shit, I'm alive. Like, and then it made me think like, damn, like, why am I alive? Because I remember like getting rushed to the hospital, and after all the checks, the doctors were like, yeah, you only have cuts and burns and like a concussion. But like, they were all shocked as to why that's the only thing that happened.
Right.
And like hearing that, like, obviously, when you get into a car accident, you have to explain that to the insurance, you have to explain that to the police, you have to explain that to the doctor, people who want to know. And me repeating that story over and over again, it literally made me say like, why did God do that? But then I couldn't question it. It was like there was a reason as to why God made me live. There was a reason why that I'm still here today. There's a reason why, like, no matter that traumatic experience didn't bring me down, it brought me up. So I was just like, all right, cool. Even getting robbed, that I mean, looking back at it, it's funny. But it was my birthday. I went to DC.
Damn, niggas robbed during your birthday. That's crazy,
birthday,
bro.
that's crazy.
Niggas is dirty. Dirty niggas out here.
Yo, it was one of those situations like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? We landed, and it's like, you know, when you land, you're like, yo, we lit. We outside. You know what I mean? Pulled out to the airport. We had like it was a Hellcat Jeep Wrangler. You forced it.
Big stepping.
Big stepping. And I'm talking shit. I'm like, yeah, you know my body, like, cool. Get into the car. We're just like, yo, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. Cause we landed at like, what, 9? And we had a hotel, but honestly, now looking back at it, I didn't know you can check in early. So the check-in time is 3. I said, damn, what we about to do? Cool. Let's just go get something to eat. We went to eat in like Northwest D.C. And where we ate at, right? Where we parked at was main roads. When I'm telling you main road, I mean like as soon as you walk out, everybody's just on the streets. Cars everywhere, police everywhere, in front of your hotel. We go inside the restaurant, not even up to 30 minutes. It's like maybe 20 minutes. I come outside, it felt like a movie. I'm walking down the street. I said, life is good. The food I had was spectacular. The vibes I'm feeling right now is immaculate. I had a matcha latte. Perfect.
Shit's different.
Different. You know what I mean? Like I'm just feeling, I'm feeling just, nice. And then boom, everything's slow. I swear, it just happened slow-mo. I'm looking at the car. I see glass on the floor. And I'm like, nah, I couldn't be. So I start jogging. From jogging to running. From running, I get to the car, I see the whole window smashed. And I was with my friend. I was like, yo, they broke the window. He's like, really? Oh, shit. They broke the window. And I'm just panicking because I'm like, damn, this has never happened to me in my life. I feel like the way I move in life, I can never get caught slipping like this.
Right.
Immediately open the trunk. The luggage is there. Go in the front seat. My charger is there. So I'm just like, okay, so maybe they're just stupid. I see my boy's bag, and it's like, it looks kind of roughed up. I'm like, oh yeah, I did bring a bag. So I opened the back seat. The bag is gone. Everything gone. And like, that was like, I consider it a traumatic experience. Because funny enough, I had plans to record in DC, so I backed up all my music onto my computer and on my hard drive. And in that bag had my computer, hard drive, jewelry, cologne, my damn bonnet. They took me for my bonnet.
Nasty.
And my vaccination card. And like, at first it didn't hit me. I was just like, damn, they could rob me. But then I realized like, yo, this EP that I just spent a year and some change to do, all my hard work, gone, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it literally hit me. I just started yelling. I started calling everybody. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, who's in DC right now? I need locations. I seen like a Secret Service walking down the street. I thought he was just a regular officer. I'm like, bro, I just got robbed. Like, I need help. He's like, I work for the president. I was like, and when I heard that, I felt so helpless because I'm like, yo, fuck. I ain't gonna say it, but like, I was like, yo, come on, bro. I'm a citizen. I pay taxes. Like, yo, call 911. We called 911. Not even 30 minutes. The guy never come. You don't come. And then this is what like really, really put me in my bag was that when he came, he made me feel helpless. He acted like he didn't care. And granted, like you probably face so many robberies in a day, for Christ's sake, but it's like, at least make it look like you care, like what's going on. He just acted like he didn't care. And I'm telling him like, bro, I got the location on my phone right now. Let's pull up. He's like, yeah, we're not the type to do that. We're just gonna put that investigation in for you. I'm like, fuck the investigation. Like, let's pull up. He's up the block. You're the one with the gun. He's just like, nah. And he told me, he's like, yo, can I get you like all the info in your bag? And like, what was in your bag? And I'm listing it off. He's like, all right, tell me the pricing. And as I'm going down the list and how much it costs, I'm like, damn. It was killing me. And then again, it's like, all right, so now what? What do we do?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're just gonna put in an investigation. And the guy whose car we rented it from pulled up and took the rental car. And literally, as soon as he pulled up and took it, it started to rain. I felt like that was the worst day of my life. Because then I'm just sitting there in the rain like, damn, the music that I really wanted to drop like in the next coming months, like literally just finished it, gone. But again, like, it was instead of like pushing me back, it fueled me. Like, literally, as soon as I like finished the little trip, I went home that same fucking day, ran straight to the studio for 12 hours recording the entire project. Like, front to back, everything. Because when we came back, some of the stuff was missing. Literally re-recorded the entire fucking thing in one day. And then I collapsed. And that's when I knew, I was like, all right, cool. Like, that was for a reason. Obviously, it's going to take me time to get over, but that was for a legitimate reason.
Yeah. So. Damn. Well, thank you for sharing that, but and I'm glad you you rose out the ashes and look at you now. Feel me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I've gotten to a point where like I really do think I get put in these positions for a reason. So I can never be too in my bag for it.
Yeah.
I can only just go up.
Yeah. Speaking of your birthday, Run My Race, which you consider a diss track that you made on your birthday.
Yeah.
Talk about, you know, I've been in those positions before. Like I've thrown my own birthday party a couple years, and it's been stressful because a lot of people will try to make you make it the way that they want it to be, and it's like, yo, it's my birthday at the end of the day. Like I'm doing something for y'all, but like be appreciative because this is to celebrate me. So it's a little frustrating. So like I can understand that kind of feeling of resentment towards people on your birthday because it's supposed to be such a big day for you. So yeah, just to take me through Run My Race.
Man, Run My Race. I don't know what kind of bag I was in. On my birthday, I don't really celebrate my birthday like that. I think this year was the actual year I celebrated, but obviously, you see, I got robbed. Lesson learned. But on my birthday, I was just in my bag. I just felt like it's just another day. But the key to Run My Race is just, I felt like a lot of people just be I don't want to use the word hating, but always try to bring me down for no reason. They see me up and they find a way to bring Uche down. Or they see like, oh, Uche's doing this. Nah, he not really like that. I'm like, bro, why can't you leave me alone? You can't. I'm like, is it my fault that you can't run my race? So that's how I took it.
Yeah. And that's an interesting juxtaposition to Kolo, because Kolo, you're kind of talking about how you feel like a lot of people are like crazy and like they want to act like they know you, and boy, I resonate with that as a creator, man. Like when you're the hot topic, everyone's on IG, big bro, my bro,
Type
yo, my
crazy,
and it's like, yo,
crazy.
I don't know you, and telling people that they know you, it's like,
Yeah.
damn, you like you just want people to think that you know me, but you don't really know me, and
Yeah.
you know, it's like on one side of it, I'm flattered because like I'm at that point where people want to know me, but then I'm also annoyed because it's like, you don't really be like, you don't be in the trenches with me, like really supporting me. Like it's just when I have a big moment, it's the, oh yeah, Armon, my nigga. It's like, no, you're not my nigga. So I totally get that. So it's interesting. Like Run My Race is like, you know, has its meaning, and then Colo has this other meaning. But yeah, it just seems like you're very aware of like, truthfully, how shitty people can be. Like, man, people get so fake in life, and then especially when it's this music shit, and like when it's someone that they want to get next to. It's
yeah, and that's why I'm extremely careful about how I share my energy.
Yeah,
or who has access to like my energy.
Yeah, and that's the best way to be, because at the end of the day, we're responsible for our own emotions, and letting people have that power over you. It's it can really drain you, and like you may not even realize like how much what other people do impacts you if you kind of don't have your head straight yourself. So I totally feel that. I want to talk live performances. You know, I've been to a lot of shows, obviously, and there's a lot of artists that I've liked. I've heard them, you know, their studio recordings, the mix masters, all that. You hear that, and then you see them live, and it's like, you might not really be like that. So like for you, like what's it been like stepping on that stage, performing in front of a crowd of people, and like how do you approach it?
It feels good. Like I think with every performance I feel better about it. I feel more comfortable. But like at the end of it, after like coming off that stage, I'm like, yeah, this is where I need to be. I think to prep, literally, just drink water, pray, and just call Casamigo. Straight like that.
Big tequila, yeah.
Like,
go ahead, sorry.
Nah, it's just literally just me trying to get in my bag.
Yeah. So one question I like to ask everyone who does busy sessions is, if you had to make a playlist of Uche Malik essentials, 5 songs for people to get to know you. And you know, it's interesting because some artists will answer with their own music, others will answer with like songs other artists have made. So I'm really interested in like in your take on this. What 5 songs would you tell people to listen to get to know Uche Malik?
Back to the Matter by Wizkid, Witinde, Adunsi. Damn, what song is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar.
Let me look up the track list.
Actually, it's not. It's on
Section 80.
Yeah. Damn.
Let's see. We got ADHD. We got
Average Poe Man. Average Joe.
Poe Man's Dream.
Yeah, Poe Man's Dream.
Poe Man's Dream. Yeah.
Poe Man's Dream.
Okay, that's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Ready or Not, Fugees.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just letting it go. It's there. Kanye West. It's there. I don't want to say it's amazing. It's either amazing, Jesus Walks, All the Lights, or Love Lockdown.
Okay.
But just know Kanye has like, if you want to know Uche, listen to Kanye.
Kanye's the guy. Yeah, I respect that. I feel that. So to finish up, you know, what's next? I know we talked. You know, you got an album that you are working on that's going to come at some point. Well, what else is next for Uche Malik?
Definitely more visuals. We'll see about a single. Most likely a single will be coming soon. EP, who knows? Album, who knows? I can't just be leaking everything, but you know, more stuff is coming.
Awesome. Well, tell the people where to find you, where to follow you, and if you got anything that you want to promote, do your thing.
Yo, obviously follow me on all social media platforms. Uche Malik, UCHEMALIK. The only thing I could promo is Nwa Owerri. Now, all platforms. And do me a favor, when y'all bump it, just send me a message and just let me know what's your favorite song. I love feedback. I love hearing what song resonated with people.
Awesome. Well, phenomenal interview with my guy, but we also have a very special performance for you. The man Uche Malik did Colo, so make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube. The button is here. Click that. Stay tuned, stay tapped in. Like you said, share it with a friend. Afrobeats to the world, like, you know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that you want on your aux. You could play the Lil Baby and the Jack Harlow and then the Lil Durk, but sprinkle in some Uche Malik, sprinkle in some Afrobeats. I promise you, whatever room you are in, it's going to send the room up. Thank you again, my brother, for coming through. Really appreciate y'all. This is Busy Sessions with Stay Busy with Armon Sadler. We'll see y'all soon.
Baby girl, how you feeling? I've been out in the world, staying busy, taking time, getting right if you miss me. I've been out in the world, staying busy.
Mondays 9 a.m. Party with the gang. Every week, tell a friend. Busy over everything. Busy boys, gotta call now. Ain't you heard? Got the vibes. They put you on. Got the slides. I'm the SARS. When in doubt, no, we hold it down.
Baby girl, how you feeling? I've been out in the world, staying busy, taking time, getting right if you miss me. I've been out in the world, staying busy.